See you, TMG.
Yeah, good. You talk yourself over Isaiah.
Yeah,
people forget you. They talk about Birds, they talk about Magic, they talk about Kareem, they talk about Jordan, and then they don't talk about Isaiah enough. The Bible pisses, they want to kind of bury them because they weren't really attractive, they weren't really playing an attractive style of basketball. But Isaiah Thomas, the best little man to ever do it, still, not that flipping Steph Curry guy. Go watch some Isaiah Thomas tape. You see a real small man, the best.
Stop disrespecting Steph.
Not disrespecting Steph. Steph is great. But my point.
Some people are starting to say Trae Young over Steph. I say some people are mad. But
my point guard list, it goes Magic. Then you can probably put Oscar, but then Isaiah Thomas is right there.
I think it goes Magic, Isaiah Thomas, Oscar. I think I got J Kidd over Chris Paul. You know.
Yeah, it stands right now. Yeah, he's been taking the team to 2 finals as the main man.
Yeah, and he's got a ring as a side man. I've got J Kidd there, and I'm thinking about other point guards.
Nash, Stockton.
Nash and Stockton are there. Stockton just purely on longevity of his career, but if CP3 were to win, he'd definitely over.
You go over Nash and Stockton.
Because of Nash,
especially against Finals MVP,
which you probably will do. Do you know what? Yeah, I don't think this finals is gonna do that much for Devin Booker's legacy.
Yeah,
I think people will use it against him eventually.
You know what will happen? If he ends up winning more trophies, do what he did for Kobe's legacy.
Yeah, but if he doesn't, they're gonna be like, oh, you need a CP3. And the thing is, yeah, for me, yeah, out of the 2 teams, who do you think this might be the last time they go to the finals? And with these guys, their main guys, for like say Booker and Ayton and Giannis and
players or the teams
in the next 20 years. Which 2 teams do you think are not? Which of the 2 teams do you think won't have a chance to go back?
I think the Bucks can go back again. It's tough. I mean, both could end up going back and I think the Bucks go back. I think Giannis will outlast.
I think the Bucks have more of a chance of going back than Phoenix.
Phoenix they got fortunate with a lot of injuries. I think the Bucks they go back and they have Giannis. They can he's good age, 25, 26. Can give it another 7, 8 years. Only basketball they can build around him. Philly are a joke. It's only really the Nets that are the main problem. Obviously Atlanta coming up.
Atlanta like Miami, man. I don't believe in Atlanta that much.
Atlanta have nice pieces. They got Cam Reddish. They got Hunter. They got
Cam Reddish been trying to tell people he's nice for a minute. I'm just saying Atlanta look like a good story, but you see teams like this every year that it comes together in the playoffs. Next season they're poor. Miami, for example.
It might be, but I feel they got potential. They got a lot of young talent. It depends how well they re-sign them and how much money guys take and how much they're willing to pay.
I think John Collins is gone.
That'd be a big mess. John Collins will take him. We'll take back the Lakers.
Lakers got no pieces, man.
Get
rid of Kuzma and Drummond.
We'll take John Collins. But yeah, I think the Suns, because I don't know how long CP3 can maintain this level. And the West will be stronger. I don't foresee a lot of the players, top guys, falling down to injury. So yeah.
Look how funny basketball is, because if AD doesn't get injured, the Suns are done.
Aiden.
If AD.
Yeah, it's true.
The Suns are done. Literally done.
Well, apparently AD didn't come into the season in shape, and that's what lends itself to injury.
Who said that he didn't come in shape?
Apparently, that's what Colin Coward said. He didn't come into the season in shape.
Colin Coward was powering him off. He said that he'd trade him for Lillard.
I wouldn't do that, but that's what they were saying.
Funny thing is, the Lakers team is all misfits and all of that, and they still should have possibly won that series.
If they had a fully healthy LeBron, I think they win that series.
Shows you how great LeBron is. I want to take them over the Mavs still. Funny. If Kawhi was fit, I don't think the Phoenix beat the Clippers as well.
No, I don't think so. I think Kawhi would be the difference.
So they're on to the final, regardless of what anyone says. Funny.
Look at
funny. To be fair, the Bucks as well. A lot of injuries as well, and they're run as well to the finals.
Yeah, true. They did. But truth, they had injuries themselves.
Yeah,
Giannis missed.
DiVincenzo missed a lot of the
pieces, which is interesting because games 5 and 6, Middleton, Drew Holiday, and Brook Lopez, even Bobby Portis, they really stepped up and they showed up what they can do without Giannis. They looked like a really good, efficient playoff basketball team.
Does Giannis hinder them?
Giannis, he doesn't, but what Giannis does, I was thinking about it, kind of what similar to what LeBron does and Messi kind of does as well. Kind of the curse.
Doncic.
Kind of Doncic, or the curse of the gifted. Do you know what the curse of the gifted is?
Yeah. Like, they can do so much that they take up. The team has to be catered to him, and because they can do so much, they don't let others do their jobs.
And so when you put up against really top teams that can scheme for you, yeah, you can have your points, but the other guys, when you need to show up, they're not really ready to show up because you're kind of taken away from their values, from what they bring to the table. Like what they do good, you already do, and that's what. People like Giannis and the LeBrons and the Messi, they do so much, so overbearing. It kind of hinders other people's ability to be their full self. And especially when you need the most, they're not always going to be there to be counted for because you're covering so much ground. That's why having the most skills or being the most overall talent doesn't necessarily mean you're the best. Because, it's in a team sport. You need other guys to fulfill their roles. That's why players like Jordan, essentially, and guys like that, Jordan and Magic and Kareem, but mainly Jordan. Yes, he was the main scorer and a great defender. He didn't dominate the rebounds. He let rebounders do their job. He didn't dominate the ball in terms of playmaking.
It took Jordan time.
Yeah, he did. He came against teams that he was undermatched for, but when his team came into it, they had guys that would do their roles, and he was just there to finish and score the points.
Hey, do you know what? Yeah, I was thinking about this, and I was looking at this. Yeah, it's a mad take. Yeah, I believe that when Doncic's career is done, he might be the greatest basketball player of all time. Yeah. Okay, you can say no, but do you know why I believe this? Mm-hmm. His career trajectory is so similar to Michael Jordan. Oh. People are already questioning him. Like, great player, but can you win? And he's already losing first. Michael started his career losing first rounds. Michael wasn't even 22 when he came into the league. Yeah. Mentally, where Doncic is as a basketball player is beyond his years. And guys in the league already recognise it. Players recognise game. And when they saw Doncic, the Clippers, they know. PG and Kawhi knew. They know where he is. They don't talk about him the same way they talk about others.
Top 10 player. For me, if he wants to be... I won't say I don't think he'll be the greatest. But if he wants to become the greatest, he needs to get better shape.
That will come with time.
I don't know. Because you won't question guys like LeBron's and Magic's and Jordan's shape. He needs to get... his lack of athleticism is going to hinder him. And his lack of defensive ability.
He doesn't have athleticism. His game is based on speed of foot, which is used against other people that their game is based on athleticism.
Lack of athleticism related to lack of defensive
But he won't
prowess.
decline. So he won't decline like the other players.
But defensively.
He's never going to be defensive. He's never going to be defensive.
If you're seen almost as a liability, it's going to hinder you from becoming the greatest.
Well, okay, I heard that. Yeah,
you know what I mean. So because Jordan, LeBron.
Eventually, you'll get a team that will cater for his defensive.
Yeah, cater for him, but you're still going to be seen as a defensive liability, and they're going to still going to
He's still a big body.
He's still a big body. Team's going to put you in a pick and roll. They'll wear you out defensively because they know. Because I feel like when you put up against Jordan and LeBron, you can't really wear them out defensively because if you go, they're like the unfavorable matchup.
The thing is, Doncic is not. It's not awful defense. It's not awful defensively when he tries. It's awful. He's awful in most games because he's like, I just like let this guy. He just does the slappy thing, the reaching thing, which is just so dumb. But I don't even care. He doesn't even use energy defensively. I mean, but I personally think that Doncic has a trajectory to be the greatest.
That's a trajectory to be one of the greatest. To be the greatest, because basketball does rely on physicality. I just feel there's stuff missing there, and like I said, the defensive stuff is an issue for me. The play style. I think the play style as well. Very ball dominant.
That's the way LeBron got to finals many years.
Yeah, but LeBron, he doesn't have the lack of physicality, lack of defensive prowess. Like LeBron
wasn't playing defense in the 2018. LeBron's greatest run to the finals,
yeah.
Which people
wasn't
2018. That 2018 one, he didn't play defense.
It was elite level defense, but I think teams weren't looking. Let's seek out LeBron in the pick and roll. He's a mismatch because he's not a mismatch.
That's true.
Luka Doncic, until he gets that rotation off his resume, he's a mismatch. Like teams are like, let me dance with Luka Doncic. But maybe he can put more effort in. It'd be a good team defender. Because Larry Bird, they discredit his physicality and athleticism, but Larry Bird was a decent defender.
Mm-hmm. And Larry Bird is probably some people consider top 10. So you're saying top 10?
Larry Bird is top 10. Larry Bird is as high as 5. I don't think he's above Jordan.
Hey, Larry Bird,
Kareem, Magic, or...
You need to talk about his
cultural
effect as well. That's why Larry Bird and Magic are...
Larry Bird goes high as 4. And he goes low as Well, for me, he's low as 8, but some people put him 10. He's definitely.
What's your top 10 right now?
4-10. Top 10. Jordan, LeBron, Magic. No, sorry, Magic. Kareem, Magic. I'll give respect to Mr. Russell. Larry, Duncan, Wilt. How much that's 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go Hakeem and Shaq.
No Tim D.
And I put Timmy D there. Oh crap! No, I did.
Where?
Jordan, LeBron,
Kareem,
Magic,
Russell,
Mr. Russell,
Bird,
Duncan, Hakeem, Shaq.
and Shaq.
There's no Wilt.
No Wilt. You put Wilt there. You had Wilt there before.
Did I? Oh, it's Duncan before Wilt. It's tough because Wilt and Shaq are.
No Kobe.
Kobe's not my top 20. Wilt and Shaq are very thereabouts. It's very few of them.
I think I can't disagree with the guys in there. I think somebody will have Kobe over Hakeem in the top 10.
I'm taking Kobe over Hakeem. Man, I just cannot do it.
KD is very close to entering that top 10.
If you won that chip, KD, you might be somewhere thereabouts.
KD is very, very close. I'm trying to think about the next 5 because I'm thinking about KD is so close.
Next 5 is Wilt, Kobe, KD, maybe a Julius Erving.
I think Steph might be in the next 5, mate.
Isaiah Thomas or Steph.
You can have Isaiah Thomas over Steph.
Steph, if he doesn't want to win me a finals MVP, I can't put him over Steph. Over IT. Especially the era IT was playing and the teams was going up against.
It's tough.
He didn't have a KD of his own to come and win him some championships. But that's my top 10. I know the Kobe guys can come for me. I'm sorry.
I hate you with Kobe not being in the top 10.
I'm sorry, Kobe's not in the top 10.
I hate you with that. I think that's a good note to end the podcast on. Thank you for listening to Two Man Game.
Sure.
We came here with insightful insights.
Insightful knowledge dropping down on you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Obviously on the YouTube. Follow us on the socials. That's the Insta. That's the Twitter. Furthermore, listen to us audibly. Apple Podcasts. Spotify. With the TMG boys. We out, baby.
We out.
Ah, not bad. This camera's alright to be fair.